Yo, I was in the shower. Call me back.
What's up, guys? I'm Josh.
I'm Jared.
And we, as always, we're here with BJ, the guy who, I mean, we're the only reason why we're here, really.
Thanks, Beach.
Does the recording, does the editing. Hell, he did the song. I mean, that's our guy. So I felt really bad on the introduction episode. We didn't really say anything. And then all of a sudden, like, his voice pops in. And I was like, shit, man, I've been living
Thanks,
that.
BJ.
I've been living with that for like 2 weeks. Like, I got to fix that, man. So, yeah, BJ is the other voice. He's the other guy here.
The
with
man
us.
behind the screen.
The guy behind the ones and twos, we'll call him that. This is the Melon Party. Welcome. This, if you haven't listened to the introduction, if this is the first time you've heard us, please go check out the introduction.
Yeah, we had a great reception for the first episode. Thank you guys all so much for your love and your comments and your interactions. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty shocking. I mean, we came in with, like, you know, Jared and I were just kind of wanting to do something that we wanted to do. Yeah, and then we get a really
great response.
Yeah, great response. So we really appreciate that to everybody. The private messages and everything. So that's really cool.
Keep it up. Tell your friends.
Yeah, appreciate it. So, and hopefully we'll keep doing it and we'll keep getting better. But yeah, I'm a little more feeling of inspiration now.
I'm inspired.
Yeah, that's cool. So we're going to start out here. We're going to introduce some segments.
Got some few tricks up our sleeves for you guys maybe you weren't expecting.
Exactly. And we got a lot of great ideas. Some of these we're going to need your guys' help. So
a lot of input appreciated, as always.
Yeah. And so we got a email set up at themelonpartypod@gmail. We'll say that again before we leave today.
themelonpartypod@gmail.com. Yeah, send us clips, send us ideas, or if you have any suggestions for topics you'd like to hear us to expound upon, please let us know.
Absolutely. And we would really like to know about your small towns. Like what weird stuff or cool, or even, I mean, it could be...
Tell us about your Shake It Tony that walks up and down your street all the time.
Exactly. Or tell us the haunted story, some ridiculous haunted story that your town's carried forever. We want to know. I mean,
anything.
Yeah.
Whatever you think might be a good topic or a good piece of local lore about your little small town, send it on over to us.
Yeah, it would be awesome. So what was it? What was it this past weekend?
It was last weekend.
All right. The wife and I got away from the kids. We went down to Kentucky. We keep our boat down there near Dale Hollow Lake, and
boat.
We went out there with our good friends Pam and Nate, and we were all children free. We can go out and have a good time. And usually when that happens, Daddy Bear here,
adult beverages were flowing,
falls into a bottle or two, and I cut loose a little bit, and
turns back the clock to 04.
Yeah, but the mornings aren't the same.
Yeah,
and so yeah, I got a little tipsy, and we were at the lodge that we were staying at, and we were all four of us were sitting outside and just talking or whatever and listening to music, and I started getting this song. One thing we really had with our buddy Jim is FIFA songs. And if you've ever played FIFA or know of FIFA,
they got a crazy soundtrack. They've always got like great artists, and they'll break new artists, and like a very eclectic mix of music. Absolutely. On the soundtrack.
And there's a lot of songs that you hear there and then you'll hear on the radio like a year later.
Sure.
Like they definitely, like you say, break through a lot of people.
For sure.
But there's one song that we just all really liked, and I couldn't think of it. And so I'm trying to figure this out and tell my wife and our friends what the song is. And I was like, I know I can get to Jared. So it
was serious business. Megan texted me directly. She's like, you got to help Josh figure out what this is. She's like, he's spiraling. Figure this out. He's not going to be able to sleep unless he knows what this song is.
Oh, it's one of those situations, you know, and it was urgent. And
he's like, I'm saying, well, what are the lyrics, you know? And he's texting me in group chat, and I'm like trying to figure out what it is from just this text, and he's giving me like Foo Fighters lyrics. And finally I'm like, send me a message, like a voice message, and tell me what it is, and I'll see if I can help you. And I'm like, and he sends a clip.
Yeah, go ahead and take it.
In the Mac.
And I'm like, oh yeah, instantly. As soon as I heard that, he was singing. Of course, there's no lyrics there. He's just, but the cadence of the song immediately. I'm like, oh, this is Saul Williams. It's called "List of Demands" was the name of the song.
Yeah.
And I immediately linked the YouTube link, and it's
3
just
minutes.
like
It took him 3 minutes, folks. to
saved
respond.
the day for old Josh. You know,
I mean-
crisis averted.
I mean, I was miles away from him, but I could hear his cape flapping in the wind. he was
hero of the night.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty good at that, really. If you guys think you could stump me, send a clip into that email we said.
Yeah, but you can't do like a deep cut from Chemical Romance,
Right,
Like it's
yeah.
got to be something.
Think
a little more
about who I
popular.
am.
Yeah, and if you know,
maybe like
just-
2010 and earlier to like, all the way through the 80s, I'd probably be able to get you no country
yeah.
music. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's not real music.
that's real talk for
I
another
mean,
time.
it's terrible. It is seriously terrible.
All right. So that's like a little thing. That's fun. So yeah, if you think you can stump Jared,
It's just
that would
kind
be
of a snapshot of how my brain works. I can recall information that isn't, important or useful in any way, but I can definitely, use my 2 million song Rolodex to keep Josh from spiraling into a drunken tailspin of rage. So good for me.
Yeah, that's his superhero, his power. All right, so this is we got another segment here. This
This is
sent
gonna
in
be fun.
This is going to be really fun. So this was
I'm
sent
looking
in
forward to this.
by one of our really good friends, Mike Sullivan. He helps out with getting ideas and stuff for the show, and he's in the entertainment industry, we could say. He's been in it for a part of it for quite a bit of time now. Lives out in L.A., but he put together this little segment game that you guys can actually play along. He's going to actually, you know what, just play the intro.
Hello, Melon Party listeners. My name is Michael Sullivan, and welcome to NAF News. We've named this segment after actress Lycia Naff, who portrayed the prostitute Mary in Paul Verhoeven's magnificent 1990 sci-fi action film, Total Recall. We're about to present 3 news stories, and in the spirit of Lycia Naff's character, 2 of them are real, and 1 is fake.
Oh my goodness.
Our hosts are going to guess at which news story is the imposter. Feel free to play along at home. Or not. Because, to paraphrase great American songwriter John Bon Jovi, it's your life.
This guy.
This
man.
guy's obsession with Bon Jovi
He
drives
loves
me nuts.
John Bon Jovi, man. American treasure.
Yeah.
Man. All right. So we got to find the fake story here, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, 2 of them are real, and then one of them because of the Total Recall chick with the 3 boobs.
Yeah, she had 3 boobs.
Clever. I do
so,
like that joke. That was a really well put together
not
joke.
bad. Not bad.
This is gonna be awesome.
All right, yeah. Roll the first one. Let's hear what we got.
According to Ars Technica, Rice University graduate student Faye Yap noticed a dead, curled-up spider in the lab hallway one day and learned that spiders curl up when they die because of internal hydraulics. She thought it might be cool to use the bodies of dead spiders as tiny air-powered grippers for picking up and maneuvering tiny electronic parts.
I like it.
So Yap and her colleagues, including advisor Daniel Preston, did just that. They transformed a dead wolf spider into a gripping tool, launching a novel research area that they have cheekily dubbed Necrobotics.
What?
The spider
Necro.
gripper could reliably lift objects that were more than 1.3 times the spider's body weight, and also proved to be surprisingly robust, completing 1,000 open and close cycles before the wear and tear on the joints caused the body to break down. As a bonus, the spider bodies are fully biodegradable.
Oh, Jesus.
What? Necrobiotics?
I mean, that's metal as hell.
That's what I'm
That is
saying.
fire.
that sounds like something out of like a Paul Verhoeven movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or they're opening up for Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Like that is.
Did you see that Necrobiotic show? They raged.
Yeah, they're robots who, like zombie robots.
But I mean, how terrifying is that to think about, though? Think if you were driving down the street and you saw like a bulldozer with a big like spider front loader grabber on it that was like a massive spider arm, like literally.
Well, I mean, there's literally. I mean, we've
Gross.
We've
I hate
designed
spiders.
a lot of construction equipment stuff based off of this kind of idea of how the spider grip stuff. But I got to say this: there's 2 things. I'm questionable about this story.
Questioned, huh?
Yes, I think first of all, where it's coming from. That sounded like a Freedom Eagle ammo at .ru. So like
That's some
to-
propaganda.
Well, no,
planted.
it just sounds fake. Also, the other thing that kind of got me questioning this was the 1.3 times its body. That's not how science is written. Like they round up. It's always rounded up.
Maybe.
1.3. Nothing's ever that specific. It's twice its body weight, or it's 3 times its body weight. It doesn't get.
Maybe these just aren't that strong though.
I know, but
And they just wanted to get a statistic in there to fluff their numbers. They're padding their stats here. This sounds pretty plausible to me, actually. I'm thinking this is real. That sounds pretty real to me, actually. Because I mean, the least believable thing about this story for me was the lady's name, Yap.
yeah,
Faye Yap.
yeah,
Yeah, yapping. Like I don't
Shut up,
believe that
woman.
that's a real person.
yeah. I mean, that's.
But I believe that she may be. I'm calling this one real.
You're
for
going
sure.
real. I'm gonna put this one on neutral. This is.
This is a TBD for that one for you, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Let's try the next one here. Let's see what we got.
According to the New York Post, former 90 Day Fiancé star Stephanie Matto had to announce her retirement last year from a certain aspect of her OnlyFans channel. Matto was making over $50,000 per week selling her farts by capturing her emissions in jars and selling them.
Get that money.
Unfortunately, one day Matto was rushed to the hospital with chest pains that she feared were symptoms of a heart attack. After undergoing a battery of tests, including blood work and an EKG, Matto was told that her pain was the result of her steady diet of gas-inducing beans and eggs. The self-proclaimed fartrepreneur had squeezed out up to 50 jars worth of farts per week just to keep up with demand.
That's 7 goodies a
Even
day.
added protein shakes to her diet to make them more pungent.
Good call.
However, after the health scare, doctors advised Matto to change her diet and to take a gas suppressant medication, which, quote, has effectively ended my business.
What? Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Okay, I remember there was a time not too long ago when OnlyFans started popping up. I felt like there was like this fad of chicks gassing up jars and shipping them out.
Well, I mean, like that's first of all amazing.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Good for her.
I mean, a good idea. I mean,
Like,
if I can make money selling my farts,
capitalism.
man,
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
I would be doing it. I would be doing
exactly.
it too.
I mean, 50,000 a week. I'll do whatever you want. You want me to fart in a jar? You got it, man.
Yeah, I'm not hating on the game. I respect it actually.
Don't hate the player, hate
I-
the game.
I think this one's real.
Yeah.
I think this is absolutely
I do
real.
too, for sure. This sounds absolutely plausible because we live in a pretty debaucherous, ridiculous society.
Yeah.
And I mean, she had a heart attack for
She had-
50,000 a
she had
week. I think
symptoms.
I'd shake off those symptoms. You
Yeah,
know,
oh,
like
fuck.
I mean, feed me some more cabbage, some more sauerkraut. I'd be churning out the farts. I'm going to 100 a week, man. I mean, like
Yeah,
hook
let's
it
push
up.
this. This is
Yeah.
where you get out to a financial advisor and be like, all right, listen, I got a 2-year plan. This is what I'm going to do.
I'm going to pump up these numbers. These are
Yeah.
rookie numbers,
And then we're going to get out of the game. You know, like,
I'm gonna just go on a pure Chipotle diet, and I'm gonna retire in 6 months.
and buying stock in mason jars too, because I'm
Okay.
slinging the jars.
This
you know?
sounds also real to me, man. So I'm thinking this last
I'm
one has
saying
to
that-
be the fake. It has to be for me because I think these first two are real.
Yeah, for me, this one's real. For
So
sure.
this is TBD on the third for
This
you.
is the split. Yeah.
Oh man! All right. Well, let's hear what this final one is here.
According to the Miami Herald, local authorities in Palatka, Florida were forced to intervene after a couple sought to give their newborn son an objectionable name.
Uh-oh, here we
The
go.
proposed
yes.
first name was spelled Peonme, and the proposed middle name was spelled Dommy. The pronunciation of those two names would thus be Pee on me, dummy. Putnam County officials do not have the authority to prohibit parents from selecting the given name and surname of a child, provided both parents agree on these names and both parents have custody. Likewise, no law in the state of Florida creates an outright ban on any specific names, provided that the name is free of numbers and certain symbols. However, the parents were persuaded to relent during a closed-door hearing with Putnam County Clerk Wayne Neighbors, who reportedly maintained that the name did not meet the best interest of the child standard set forth in the 1962 3rd District Court case Lazau versus Lazau.
Wow.
That is. Please be real.
I want it to be real.
I want it to be real. I'm because I want this one to be real. I'm saying I'm going 2 and 3 are real, one's fake.
You think the first is fake? Wow. So
This peon dummy. Hey,
that's incredible.
Hey,
so props to the parents.
also props to the authorities to be like, okay, but listen.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
this is good.
Like,
This is funny.
Government overreach is sometimes a good thing. I think in
Right.
this case that might be the case because this is a pure tragedy for that child if it's
no,
real.
Yeah, no reason to do that.
That kid is gonna get literally destroyed on the playground.
I'm all
Pee
about-
on me, dummy.
Yeah, I'm all about busting your kids' balls, but not
Yeah,
what, as soon as
it's
they're
already
born?
hard enough growing up being a
Yeah.
kid, man, in elementary school with a name like that. That's literally asking for your lunch to be taken every day.
that kid's gonna be 2 years old with a therapist.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
off the gate. You'd have to.
that's. I think
But-
it's fake. It has
Yeah.
to be fake. I thought the first 2 were real, so I'm gonna keep my consistency here, and I'm gonna say that the third one was fake. But I mean,
All right, I'm going 1 fake. You're going 3.
you think the spider gripper is fake thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's just a few things that you see a lot in like articles that you can tell like parody articles.
You
and
think
stuff
you
like
had
that.
some
I think
some
those two
planted
things-
information.
Yeah,
in
I
there,
just think
huh?
those 2 things didn't really. Those were the markers, right? So like if you read a lot of I love satire. I think satire journalists and stuff
Sure.
are some of the best.
Of
man.
course.
And if you read enough of it, you'll notice that even in the writing, there's these little keys to the writing that will tell you and remind you that it's fucking satire. But you want the satire to seem as real as possible, right?
Yeah, well, that's
so,
what makes the
yeah.
best satire is
Yeah,
when it
so there's
almost
this-
you can't tell the difference. It blurs that line.
Yeah, and each writers have their own little touches. Sometimes there'll be
Sure.
certain words that are always misspelled, but it's a word like
Mm.
abolishment, where like if you're reading through it, you may not realize that the I's missing.
Right.
You know, like it's real subtle things like that. So that's what I'm getting that feel from number 1.
Okay. Well, I'm sticking with my guns. I think number 3 is fake.
All right, BJ.
BJ, what do we got here,
Let
man?
us and the listeners know.
What Oh, come on.
It is the name.
Nailed it. Pee on me, dummy. No way. Some parents are idiots, but they name
But-
their kids.
I don't know.
What?
But
Elon
it was
Musk-
from Florida.
Yeah.
Well,
That was a
and
great
the Herald,
job.
right? And
Yeah.
the Herald, they
Mm-hmm.
did. Oh, they got me.
If
He
you
hooked
remember,
me with it.
one of the biggest gags for a while was Florida Man. You
Yeah.
thought
Sure.
Florida Man
Yeah.
did. So yes, the name was fake, and then the OnlyFans was real stories and
my goodness.
engineered spiders.
The good thing is
50
that
G's a week on farts, man. Amazing.
I know, and the good thing is though is that means the necromechanic or whatever name is
Yeah.
real.
Necrobiotics.
Necrobiotics.
New metal name stolen. My band
Yeah,
name.
well, we need to interview somebody from Necro. That would be cool.
Necrobiotics.
Yeah,
see
the
if we
chat
can get
about 'em.
Yap on the horn.
Get
I don't know.
Yap
She
on the
may
horn.
listen to the previous statements that I dogged on her name now and won't come on her
Oh,
show.
Hey.
Shut my yapper.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Sorry.
I'm sure.
Sorry, Dr. Yap and your
And-
necrobiotics. You rule.
I'm sure if this woman's doing this to spiders and coming up with this technology, that it wouldn't be the first time she's heard that.
I mean,
I'm sure she can handle
That's pretty
it.
rad, though.
It's badass. Yeah, that's
Pretty
cool.
cool.
Hey, man, thanks, Mike. That
Thank
was,
you,
that was
Mike.
a lot of
that
fun.
was great.
That was a lot of fun. Hope
Of
you-
course it was,
listener,
man. I
I'm
mean,
sure
I
had
knew
a
it
good time
was.
with that too.
That
was-
dude's-
yeah, brilliant. He's really good
He's
at
the
stuff
best.
like that.
He's the best.
Yeah. So now we got what we got coming up. Pretty big deal here in America. I don't think China.
China?
China
No,
doesn't
there ain't no
celebrate
Thanksgiving in
Thanksgiving,
China. What
right?
you talking about, man?
So-
Turkey Day coming up, man.
Yeah.
Everybody excited? Everybody like Thanksgiving? Or is this one of those holidays you dread because you got to get together with like your family and maybe you're not like on the same spectrum as your family? Or maybe you get, this is one of your favorites. A lot of people like getting together for Thanksgiving. What do you think, man? You like Thanksgiving one of your favorite holidays or no?
I do enjoy it, but I think a lot of my hate, the dislike I have, the parts of the dislike I have with it, I think is just this whole time, this next like month. Mm-hmm. It's just this bang, 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 and then it's cold, especially living in Indiana. You're going through all this. There's Thanksgiving, and then there's Christmas, there's New Year's, and it's this constant,
it can get
like,
a little overwhelming.
Yeah, and it's like
you're so busy these next 2 months.
well, and it becomes a very stressful time for a lot of people.
For sure. I mean, financially, because you got to spend all this
and
money if you got kids, and maybe you're going on vacation or travel
and
plans.
too, like if people are to the point where they are struggling, this is usually a time where you got to spend a lot more, or you have the opportunity to make more money.
Right.
So then you have to balance this out with your life, and it starts with Thanksgiving, and then now all of a sudden we have to have this pressure of trying to get together with family. We want to do it, but
Sure.
then we also have all these other things going on.
Personal responsibilities,
and everybody
yeah.
has their other side of the families they got to meet. So you got to try to find this middle, and that's where it starts. And then
Sure.
after you have it, you're like, that was nice. I enjoyed it. That was cool. And then all of a sudden now it's Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
And immediately Christmas is already coming. It's already, you're seeing the shit.
So, I mean, the Black Friday starts right after Christmas. They got like
Right after
Black
Thanksgiving.
Wednesday, right
Yeah.
after Thanksgiving. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
they had sales starting a month ago.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Man,
know,
they
and
already
it's
got
like-
Christmas lights up all over my neighborhood already. People took them down. You got, oh my gosh, dude, man, that shit drives me nuts, dude. I saw like a decoration online that was like a turkey sitting on top of like an inflatable Santa that said, "Wait your turn, fat boy," or something. And I was just like, okay, that's kind of doing the decorating right.
Yeah.
But
I think it's a time where it's just this for a month. I think a lot of humans we go through this situation mentally and trying to meet these certain expectations of what we want. And I think that's what I don't like about it, because it's something that should be really fun, but for a
Right.
lot of people it's not.
Sure.
And then when
It
it's
can be
over,
stressful.
it's just this exhausting part.
yeah.
And then you have people who deal with loss during this time.
So what I have pulled up here is 10 fun facts about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Right. 96% of Americans will be celebrating Thanksgiving this year. Americans are going to spend an estimated $552 million on turkeys this Thanksgiving.
Just on the turkey, man.
Slinging birds, man.
Tyson rolling in paper.
The first Thanksgiving was celebrated in 1621, lasted 3 days.
Ooh.
It is
dang.
unknown whether turkey was on the
Rager.
menu. Did you really have menus in 1621?
Yeah, no.
Like, can I see your wine list?
Yeah, no.
What the
they're
hell
just
you got
like,
right
hey,
now?
what did the
Yeah.
forest spit
And
out
instead
today?
of most likely,
Yeah.
it was venison, duck, goose, lobster. It was a much different story, as 88% of Americans eat turkey on Thanksgiving. 9% eat their Thanksgiving meal at a restaurant.
Wow.
Here's the ranking: America's
Psychos.
favorite dishes: turkey 39%, stuffing 23%, pumpkin pie 12%, mashed potatoes 9%. That's way super low.
Way low.
That is
Too low.
9% on mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
6
What?
6%. You know, they may be low is because there's so much mass produced. That's why maybe there's because like my wife just said like, hey, I'm gonna call my brother and his wife. It's like, you don't have to bring like a huge tray of things of mashed potatoes. It was like this last year.
Like a tub of
That may be low.
5-gallon drum of taters.
6% sweet potatoes, 3% cranberry sauce.
I fuck with
not-
the yeah, the mashed potato. I mean,
I love mashed potatoes.
I do too,
They're
and that
delicious.
seems so low to me.
Yeah.
I fuck. I think mashed potatoes is lower than stuffing. I mean, stuffing's kind of a acquired taste.
For
Stuffing's
things?
terrible.
Yeah,
I said it.
Like
Wow, that's a
whoa.
take right there, friend.
Oh man.
Wow.
I would take mashed potatoes and gravy
I'm not
all day.
disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you. Certain stuffing, I do enjoy certain stuffing, but I when you say it stinks,
That's a take.
I mean it's baseball. I think it's 2 out of 10 dishes I have is good.
Yeah.
To me,
You know,
stuffing is like asbestos, right? It served its purpose at some point. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I
There are
mean,
some
maybe
people
you
that-
just haven't had the right stuffing. I like it. I had stuffing one time with raisins in it, and I almost strangled the host.
That's some white people shit.
That is some serious. That's a food crime. You know, like I almost called the police. It was
Borderline
it was-
assault.
I still have nightmares about it sometimes.
Ladies, stay off Pinterest.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely got to have turkey on the turkey day. I mean, you got to have mashed potatoes. We've all made that clear that we're all tater fans here.
I
Go
mean,
Taters. We're team tater.
What is this? Not America?
So I will tell you what we do for Thanksgiving in the Robbins household.
Please.
I make pan-seared steaks for everybody.
Wow.
Hell yeah, there you go.
Yum. Okay.
It's a nice tradition.
And then, this year I plan on getting some different kind. Like I'm gonna get some elk. I'm gonna get some
Nice.
other stuff.
Yum.
Got like a butcher hookup?
Yeah, AP does. Yeah, and so
Nice.
we're
Beautiful.
gonna
I'm
we're gonna
gonna
get
talk
some
to
different
AP.
kind of steak, and then mashed potatoes we make,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then my wife makes buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, fuck
Okay.
yeah. We got the
Yum.
dips.
We have no traditional like Thanksgiving food.
That's great.
That's awesome.
And then,
That's what I was
yeah.
gonna ask. Is like, like what is your strange, out of place Thanksgiving food? But BJ just ran the gauntlet there.
Yeah.
He's
It's
got a whole
amazing.
So
It's
we'll make
amazing.
then I'll make
menu of
we'll
randoms.
have sweet potatoes, but I make sweet potato fries.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Like
There you
garlic sweet
go.
potato fries. And they're like, oh, it must be nice to make steaks
So
for
let me
everybody.
ask you guys this: is this like a Midwest white trash Indiana thing, or have you seen this elsewhere? We got the marshmallows on the sweet potatoes.
Fuck with it.
Marshmallows. You seen that?
I fuck with it.
Different families I've been to, yeah.
You gotta get 'em melted, though.
In Chicago, that I don't think that was a thing.
I
It
don't think
definitely wasn't a thing in Texas, and it definitely wasn't a thing in Los Angeles. So I think this must be a Midwest thing.
It could be.
And it sounds
And
like it.
it's
I mean,
amazing.
we're putting marshmallows on sweet potatoes.
Well, we
so-
also put salt on watermelon.
Yeah, you were talking about that the other night. I don't really like watermelon.
Yeah, that's a
Salted
kind of an Indiana
watermelon,
thing. They
huh?
just put a little salt on your hand, lick it, and then bite the watermelon, or put it directly on.
I'm
the
not a
watermelon.
big watermelon guy. I'm not a big
Wa-
melon
good-
guy in
good
general.
watermelon is amazing. One thing we do when we do get together, my family and I, all of us don't always get together, which is a bummer. But when we do, there's a couple things we do. We always for Thanksgiving we'll have like Mexican or something.
Okay, Mexican
There might- there-
Thanksgiving.
there'll
That's
be,
nice.
There'll be turkey, or we'll do or we'll have like they'll deep fry a turkey or something like that.
Yeah, mhm.
And then and then we'll do like Mexican on like for like a Christmas dinner or something.
That's cool.
But Thanksgiving, yes, I've done it to where we've had Italian when we have like friendsgiving and stuff, and people
Okay.
kind of just bring different
Sure.
stuff. I like that. I mean, I think with something with what the ideology of what Thanksgiving kind of it represents to some of it, like it's not a holiday that everybody in this country can celebrate, right?
No.
But for the people who do, I think it kind of becomes this thing where there's not necessarily a rule anymore. Like you can still be traditional, you can still celebrate it, but you don't have to follow this old rule where like you have to have this, you have to do
Right.
this.
Yeah. It's
Create
much
your own.
less traditional than it has been
Yeah.
in years
I mean, and
past.
that's-
Like that term Friendsgiving you said is
Yeah.
now a thing. And
Yeah.
like for people, like you said, who may not necessarily have family or didn't, go through the traditional gathering of the family with the turkey and all the fixings like we were talking about, they like to have these Friendsgivings now. And that's a very popular thing for a lot of people. And I think that's awesome.
And to answer your question, it was not until like 1917 the novelty of marshmallows with sweet potato.
1917.
So it basically
Classic.
was
Years.
because sweet potatoes are not native.
Okay.
They're native to the South America, and then
Right.
it moved its way up.
Okay.
So it's actually been something. So it's not necessarily a Midwest thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Still pretty weird. Seems like definitely an American thing. Like why are we? It's like putting like you see like salads at like Chili's that have like 1,400 calories because it's got a brick of cheese in it and a gallon of ranch dressing on it. You know,
It's an
like
illusion.
Marshmallows on our sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Like America. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Midwest is kind of the testing center of most fast food restaurants and stuff. So maybe I'm sure a lot of chefs know that, and they push certain recipes when they advertise on social media and stuff. They're pushing
I
them
mean,
out and
like
getting new
with the
ideas.
most busy restaurants in the entire Seymour locale are certainly the fast food restaurants.
I mean, Applebee's has killed it for decades.
yeah, fast casual, they love it.
So this is to prove your theory, what you just said. So in 1917, English Marshmallows, that's a last name,
Okay.
hired Janet McKenzie Hill, founder of Boston Cooking School, to develop a magazine to develop a recipe to incorporate newly created how they did their marshmallows into a recipe.
How about that?
So it was a marketing employee. It had
Of
nothing
course
to do with
it was.
taste.
Of
It
course.
said, it said, "Can you develop a recipe with this so I can hawk more marshmallows?"
And he came
Hey,
up with
bravo.
sweet potatoes,
I respect
huh?
it. I respect it.
Respect the game, man.
That's one of those things that's something we'll have to put down in our talk about, like some of the the brilliant things that businesses actually do. Like,
where-
there's some great ideas. We'll have to do an episode.
And
talking
where
about
else
stuff
besides
like
the melon party you're going to learn this, guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you for
That's why
the
this
information
is
on
the
the
kind
sweet
of party.
potatoes.
You know, and
This
like
is the information
this-
you need to
well,
get
this-
you through your day.
this is one of the reasons I felt terrible not introducing BJ.
Yeah.
You know, the first time when I was
Listen,
talking about it, is because like I
Bringing
mean,
the
look at this.
facts, bringing the heat.
I love it. I love it.
We love it.
This is
We
fun
have
as
not.
shit, man.
We have not said one derogatory thing about a woman.
That's
no racial
right.
things.
Yeah.
We are talking about marshmallows and sweet potatoes.
Because
How
why not?
American, as
'Cause who doesn't
American as
fuck-
sweet potatoes with
come on.
marshmallows
Yeah.
on them. Lovely. What
Yeah.
about Thanksgiving movies? You got any? Where? What about Thanksgiving? Are
gotta-
there a lot? What planes?
Football takes a lot of that.
For sure, yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
American
Exactly.
football that goes
That's a great
together
point,
hand in
actually.
hand. You know, every family's typically watching their football while they're having their turkey and some beers, maybe some wine.
But
You know,
I'm sure families have traditions.
for sure.
I
Yeah,
mean-
let us know. Reach out at the email or the comments. Let us know what some of your crazy family
Is
traditions
that when Die
are.
Hard starts right there? Somebody start playing
That's
Die Hard?
Christmas. That's Christmas.
Well, no, but what he's saying is like, is this the time where you're like, all right,
You start watching
because there
those.
isn't. Maybe there isn't a lot of Thanksgiving. So the Thanksgiving is the first of the next couple months where families
it's
get
the
together.
holiday movies
Yeah.
starting.
So you're going to start seeing, I think, Die Hard.
For sure.
I think we're going to see Christmas Vacation.
The best, yeah,
The Christmas Story.
of course.
You know,
yeah, these are all
based-
Christmas
filmed
movies.
in Ohio, based in Indiana. right?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, Dutch.
The one
Dutch was, I
another good
believe, a
one.
Thanksgiving movie.
The Ref with Dennis Leary.
The Ref.
The
with-
Ref.
Great
Wow.
movie. I forgot all about that. Sandra Bullock in it, right? I
No,
think. Was that her?
It's
It was her. No, yeah.
it might be Sandra Bullock.
I think it was Sandra Bullock and him. It doesn't matter.
That's fucking
But
wild.
that's a good
That's a
Thanksgiving
good
movie.
call, though. Yeah.
Best
I
Thanksgiving
gotta tell
movie
you,
ever,
a
though.
lot of the good Thanksgiving are the slashers.
Yeah.
are the goofy.
There's a new
horror
horror movie coming out called Thanksgiving by Eli Roth. That's
ones.
a
Yeah.
horror movie.
We should go watch that.
Yeah,
we'll do
we
a
should
review or
check
something
that
on it.
out.
Kevin Spacey's the big star in The Ref.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin.
Yikes.
And then the mom off Home Alone is in it.
Oh, that was during that time.
That lady, yeah.
She had like a 10-year span, and then now she's doing something else right now. I think she kind of had a revamp where she got on a TV show or something.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But she had. I mean, with the Home Alone. I mean, she had like a 5 to 8 year time when
She had a good
was
run.
killing it.
She had a good
did
run.
Really, I mean, she was in everything. She was
Shout out to
recognized.
Kevin McAllister's mom.
She had a
Yeah.
good run as a terrible mother.
Yeah, right.
That's
Leaving
the
her.
thing, too,
Yeah, because they
yeah.
made 3 Home Alone, so she left that
And
kid
then-
at least 3
And
times.
then even in The Ref, she's
Come on,
considered a
Mom.
terrible mother.
yeah, like she
poor-
locked down that horrible mother role. Good for her. She carved out her niche.
some money in it, I guess.
Good for her.
We know
But, I
you
mean,
can play a terrible mom. How do you feel about this movie?
We need an awful mom. Who do we got?
Got to
I
be the
got you,
best
gal.
Thanksgiving movie ever. It's not really a movie. It is a movie, but it's a concert documentary. The Last Waltz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, they
that's-
definitely hosted that at Thanksgiving
They
at the
served food at
Fillmore. They served a bunch. Bill Graham, the producer of the Fillmore, rolled out they had like a dozen turkeys, big, huge buffet for all the band, and Marty Scorsese and his crew and all the crowd there. So that's definitely for me. I like to watch The Last Waltz around Thanksgiving.
We're also forgetting, since you like obscure family traditions, what's big also on Thanksgiving is going to the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also another thing.
I wonder if that's just a smaller town kind of thing.
Well, we can't do that in Seymour anymore because they closed the damn theater
That's sad.
because it's too expensive.
And it's-
If
I mean,
it
it's
was
on
a
the
dollar
outside of
store,
town.
if it was a dollar store that had a theater in it, there would be 7 of them in town.
Well, I'm just saying.
I
like,
digress.
I mean that the position of where that's at. I mean, as a movie theater.
I mean, it was in Tanger. That place is
Well,
just a big
it's
tax
outside
write-off
of
for
the
some
town.
rich dude, and have you seen Tanger lately?
sad.
Talk about a ghost town, bro.
yeah. It's,
Like,
Tells
I
you
want
how
to
not to run a business.
I bet I could rent that whole sucker out and turn it into like a massive indoor paintball arena.
that'd be pretty cool.
And
What
like
we should
all
do-
the gun nuts around here, they'd go great for that, wouldn't they?
we should see about the.
They want to
theater.
go. I'm going out to Tanger. I'm gonna shoot me some pretty cool this weekend. I'm gonna kick
Hey,
back
paintball's a
some
big
beers.
deal. Paintball's getting big, man.
It's all about this, bud. It's all about this.
Yeah,
the double trigger.
Get it.
Oh man, those dudes! Some of them guys are wild with that. Some cool videos. But I wonder if we could rent out the theater, and do like live shows there. That'd be kind of neat.
That'd be neat.
They
Yeah,
got
well, there
some
ain't
sort
no-
of use for it.
I mean, it's probably just sitting there empty. So who
Or
knows?
take our own movies and just go in there and watch them.
Go in there and play
I'm
some.
sure they got a DVD
play
player.
some PlayStation in there on the
Ooh,
big
there you
screens or
go.
something.
That'd
That's
be a lot
what's
of
up.
fun.
You know.
But yeah, that's right. I wonder if the going to the movie theater is kind of because I remember doing that. I remember.
Yeah,
that kind of
around the
thing.
holidays, a lot of people do that for traditions, you know, because you can only spend so much time with your family, and you want to kind of go somewhere and maybe get away for a little bit.
This is a nationwide thing. The reason I say that is a good point we brought up because right now, the biggest movies coming out November 22nd is Napoleon.
Okay,
that's gonna
that
be
big new
big.
like 4-hour boy by Ridley Scott. Yeah,
The Hunger Games and the Ballad
yeah, the new
comes
prequel.
November 17th. Mm-hmm. And that looks like that's the biggest ones because the Marvels has already come out November
Right.
10th. And
That's
then
bombing. Womp womp.
Marvel's so oversaturated.
Yeah,
They just they yeah.
I think we'll have some thoughts on that eventually.
Yeah, that'll be an episode we'll definitely be talking about.
One thing that I think that maybe you and I could uniquely talk about Thanksgiving is working as bartenders for a long period of our time. What about Black Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, the largest drinking day of the year?
So is that, and I want to ask you guys, that's a great, so how,
It's crazy.
It's crazy, but also is those stereotypes of people who never left, and then all the people coming back.
Yes.
Can you guys expunge on kind of the interactions?
Oh
of,
man, I mean, like it is like John Hughes movie stuff for the most part. I mean, I can only speak to my own experience, but I mean, we typically bartended in Evanston at Tommy Nevin's Pub when we were bartenders both together. So that's a very elite area, Northwestern University, upper middle class people, a very affluent area.
I mean, the number of celebrities that have come out of that town. Like,
Lots. Cusacks, Jerry
Piven.
Springer, Jeremy Piven.
I mean, I knew Jerry Springer because
Eddie
of that
Vedder
place.
was there for a while. That one dude who was on like CSI, Tom Peterson. What the hell
He was there.
his name?
Oh man, I can't believe I'm having a brain fart. Cheers. Not Mo. Oh my God. Norm.
Norm from
Norm from Cheers would
Cheers.
come in.
Yeah.
George Wentz.
George
yeah,
Wentz.
George
good dude.
Wentz. That's right.
Met Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers. Yeah, he was a Northwestern graduate.
Met the I don't think he was from there, but he was in there filming it. A lot of times these guys would come film movies and they were doing releases and stuff, and they would come stay in Evanston. It was
Right,
kind of out of Chicago. He trained, but that's where we met. Oh my gosh, he's an incredible actor. He killed. He was Zod. He was in town because he was
Michael. He's
Fassbender. No, it's not Fassbender. It's
that's X-Men.
yeah. What's his name? He's real unique looking.
Oh, Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
And
Oh, Michael Shannon is
he
General
was-
Zod in The
he
Man of
was-
Steel. Yeah,
he
for
was
sure.
super, super cool.
Yeah. But definitely the stereotypes hold true. You would see like the townies would all come back from wherever they were and like trying to hook up with the college kids who were sticking
Yeah.
around.
You'll
You
be
would
gone
see
for a
like
year.
the bar regulars would like stick around real late on that Wednesday before and get all hammered, and you'd have like some 70-year-old woman trying to pick up on some overly drunk like townie as well.
I got a lot of kisses on the cheeks,
Oh,
from the
man,
elder
dude.
ladies.
Oh man.
I was fighting cougars off
But I
at that
mean,
time.
yeah, definitely super busy, but like, yeah, a different kind of crowd
It
because
was,
you're
it was different energy.
different energy. It's
Definitely
not like your
different energy.
typical. Well, it was a bar town. I mean, as much as Northwestern was a bar town, which is not to say it's a terrible bar town because
It's terrible town, but like, I mean, in a sense though, like being able to look back now, man, there were a lot of good people.
There were.
And what do you realize in a situation like that, which took me a long time, because I mean, did it for almost 10 years in this one place. And, I became a psychiatrist to a lot of people.
Sure.
I was a therapist.
cheap therapy for
I
sure.
was considered a friend. And a lot of these people had their own battles. There was a lot of loneliness. There was a lot of sadness. But we were this spot for these people to come to, and they came, and you would hear, they would tell you, it's coming here at night like changes my whole day. My whole day could be shitty, but I come in here and you had the regulars that all knew each other and they were going there to see each other and hang out with each other.
Right.
And they would have their few beers and they'd do what they would do their thing and then they go
do their
home.
little decompression.
And then you would have as the clock would turn to the night, and then you would have the younger kids
the
starting
younger
to come
kids,
in.
the college kids.
And some of these kids hadn't been in a bar yet, really, and so they're learning. So, and you can tell that as a bartender when you have
rookies.
when you have 3 or 4 girls walking up to the bar and they're all being like, "Long Island iced teas, please." I'm like, shit.
Can you make me a chocolatini?
Yeah, and it's like
You're
fucking-
in an Irish pub and you want me to make you a pomegranate like frozen
And if
martini?
you- if
like
you-
what,
Yeah.
lady?
And if you stick around long enough, you're gonna see a couple fist fights with that martini. It's like calm
like-
down, like
Like
but they
I'll
did-
make you this one at 9:45 before it's balls in here,
Yeah.
but after that you're getting vodka tonics or you're walking. Like,
Yeah, and then you have and then it kind of gets that chaos where all the kids are together in town and they're having a good time, and it's pretty neat because it's like, man, like it kind of helps take you back a little bit. But at that time, I wasn't that much older than some of these kids.
for sure. For sure.
But and then you have that crowd, and then as the night goes, now they're all kind of moving back towards the dorm, so they're going to some of the later night places, and now we have the uncle visiting in town who just wants to get away. He's
Yeah,
gotta
you
get
got
the
your
fuck
families
away.
gotten out. They've been with
Yeah.
their family
It's
all
midnight.
day. They're jet lagged. They had a long drive or a long flight into town. They had to deal with like some people they didn't know, and they're like, I'm going out for a nightcap.
And they'll
here.
come in. That's when you sell like the $25-$30 glass of scotch.
Exactly. But
And
like, give me that
that's-
Glenvenny 18 year on your
Yeah.
top shelf over there.
I'll take
Neat.
a Blue
3
Label
fingers,
neat,
please. Yeah.
And you have that. It's a totally different. And the thing that's great about this whole wind down too is the music. That's your background as a bartender is changing, and the music changes along with the tone and the energy of the bar.
Right.
And so that's one of the cool things about being a bartender, and that's why I was a writer as a bartender, because I was put on. I had this stage being
Right.
played out in front of me, and it was very similar because I did it almost every day, and it was similar. And then you start to pick up things. I had there was a friend of mine that we worked together, Danny. And she would sit at the bar maybe and have a drink after work or whatever. And we'd have people coming in and she'd be like, hey, guess their drinks or whatever. And then they would come up, and I mean, 3 out of 5 times I could guess exactly what kind of drink they wanted. Just
Yeah.
by how
You
they
get
walked
good,
in,
man. You
the
can
way they
tell.
were dressed, the way they were carrying themselves.
For sure.
And it would always blow her mind. She'd just be like, teach me your ways, And, so, and it was like a
You become
Jedi.
super insightful once you become around people that much. I mean, you pick up a lot on that.
You figure out that the Ninja Turtles were right. There are 4 personalities of human beings. Now those 4 personalities interact and they twine and they become hybrids of each other and things like that. But there's really only 4 real personalities that we all carry. And sometimes the certain personalities are a little more some people have the Raphael. That's a little more forward.
Yeah.
And the Donatello's kind of way in the back. Some people have the Leonardo,
The
then
leader.
the Donatello, and the Raphael's in the back. And you got some people's personality leads with leadership, or it leads with jokes. They're Michelangelo, but they can also throw some hands like
I
Raphael.
love it. Ninja
But
Turtle
it's very-
Sociology 101, folks.
Yeah.
That's why you come here for the deep stuff.
But that's why our generation's bad as fuck, is because that's what we had showing us and teach. Those were the cartoons.
Yeah.
And we had G.I. Joe. Knowing's half the battle. We had so many things of
They were
good
teaching
moral
lessons.
and teaches that were
Yeah.
all just, and we've had things thrown in our face our whole lives, but we're the generation that would see something and be like, I'm good on that, or I like that, I'm going to keep that.
Right.
There was no like, fuck you for saying that. Why are you putting that in my face? Why are you? It's like I'm good. And we move on.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
Love
Autobots
Transformers.
roll out.
He stuck to his principles.
He was,
Always.
man. And he
Yeah.
was always catching grief, even from his own team a lot of times.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah.
we can't do it. We got to do it the right way.
That's the message. That's the message, is that you're going, even the people who support you and are behind you will sometimes question you, but you stay on your own track.
Yeah.
You know what it is you want, your vision, your idea. You stick with it, and they're going to stay with you. If they're important, if they mean something to you, and they're worth having, more importantly, worth having around you, they're going to be there.
I wish I could have Optimus Prime at my Thanksgiving.
I know. Optimus
of it.
Prime, the only positive truck driver I ever met.
Yeah.
Do you think Optimus Prime likes Bob Seger?
Nah.
Because that's like every time I think of truckers, I think of like Bob Seger music. Is that like I think every semi sold in America comes with Bob Seger's greatest hits, just
Yeah,
like
I
in
mean,
the glove box.
My dad was a truck driver for many years.
How's he like Bob Seger?
Loves the Seger.
Exactly. That's what
Loves
I'm
the
saying.
Seger.
My dad was a truck driver, but we didn't get that close to figure out what he listened to.
But yeah, my dad was a big Seeger. I mean, but that was, it wasn't, Bob Seger wasn't pandering. I don't want to call it pandering, but
He's
who
just got
Bob
that
Seger was
middle
talking
America blue collar kind of
Yeah.
working man vibe.
I was messing with some beats and I was trying to take that, his big ballad or whatever,
to. Night Moves?
Lonely Highway East of a
Dan do.
Oh yeah, the
on the road again.
oh,
It's called something else. Oh, Turn the Page.
turn
Turn
the
the
page.
Page,
There you
yeah,
go.
Turn
How
the
did we
Page.
not
You're
know
either
that?
thinking about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. And I
right.
listened to that as a father, and I was like, all right, let's play this back. I was like, that's a little Ted Nugent-y there.
yeah. Always a little
Yeah.
questionable lyrics.
All of them. I mean,
it
can't-
was the
we can't-
70s.
Yeah, it was a different time. It's
A
like people
different
trying
era.
to judge us for like 80s. It was lawless. It was
Like,
a different
what was-
time.
I mean,
I mean,
there are so
if
many
you wanna, If
questionable.
we're gonna get into that, we got to talk the boss.
I
there's
mean-
some shit that but I fucked with the boss.
I
But
listened to it yesterday. I know what song you're talking about. I listened to it yesterday. on the
Hey,
way home.
little girl,
Yeah.
where you doing again? Dibby, 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 do. If
kinda
song's
like-
a pedo.
It's like
Boss, you're
dude.
on a watch list.
And the fucked up thing is, your producer, your agent, nobody was like, "Hey, man,
There's that other.
You did it again. Number one. We're gonna go.
There's all kinds of songs from the 70s like that. What's that other song? She's 16 years old. Leave her alone. What's that song? Like, that's the opening of that song.
There's also a rock song from the '80s called 16 something too.
That's I
that's
mean,
what's his name? That's the '80s.
It's a hair metal band.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Sebastian Bach.
yeah, what is it?
18 in Life.
18 in life. Yeah.
Yeah, 18 in Life by Skid Row. Yeah.
Skitty.
18 in a life, you got it.
Nailed it.
I had it. I had a Skid Row T-shirt.
Yeah, my brother likes Skid Row a bunch. Sebastian Bach, after he got rid of Skid Row, huge career on Broadway
Yes.
as like fan of the opera.
Wow.
He did like
Didn't know
8
that.
years on Broadway, like singing fan of the opera.
That's fucking
Shout
sweet.
out
I
Sebastian
mean, we
Bach.
spent
Way to
what
make it.
five years watching Behind the Music. Was about 5 years.
Right,
Like, I just
yeah.
love that.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 That was great.
Good for him, man. Yeah, go Sebastian. Get Sebastian at our Thanksgiving here with Optimus
Yeah,
Prime.
let's get Sebastian in there. That'd be
All-time Thanksgiving
let's do that.
table.
Let's fill a table. Let's
All
do
time
it.
Thanksgiving table go.
BJ, how we are on time? We good on time?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, let's do that. All right, and you guys can kind of do it with us.
It's your
send it to
all-time
us.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
table here, you know, like
Dead or alive?
what
Or just all time?
Whatever.
fictional, non-fictional, dead or alive. Let's get it.
It
you
could be
know?
a deity.
You know, you want Godzilla at your table, make room.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna need quite a bit of room. You can just
Better
park
watch
him
out
in the
for that
backyard.
atomic breath.
Yeah,
Don't feed Godzilla wine.
I mean, man.
Who am I going to put? We'll say 4 guests each.
Okay,
You're probably going to have Michael Jordan on there, right? You're going
I've
to bring
met
MJ.
Mike, man.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. You wouldn't want him at your
I mean,
Thanksgiving.
He
You
was
want
awesome.
somebody-
He was incredible to me as a 13.
I know who I want there. First guest, George Carlin.
Oh, hell yeah!
Because he's going to keep everybody in line on their bullshit. They start talking about some bullshit politics or pulling
he's
out
gonna
some
keep
bullshit.
shit interesting,
That's what I'm going to
definitely.
say. He's going to call everybody out
Definitely.
on their bullshit.
That's-
So George
yeah.
Carlin, guest number 1 for
Yeah,
me, 100%.
yeah, head of the table.
John Belushi.
John
There we go.
Belushi.
Because
He's gonna
George
keep it
Carlin
weird.
and Belushi are going to argue.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can just watch and
Yeah.
listen.
And you're going to see him playing with this. I know it's from Animal House, but he was still such a physical character, not even talk. He's going to drive Carlin crazy by doing
Yes.
weird stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's gonna keep it real fucking weird.
Nice.
I like that. So Carlin, Belushi. All right,
What do we think here?
and like I'm trying to think of like how do I want them? Do I want someone at the table because I got questions? You know,
Exactly,
like,
or you just wanna
am I
hang
just
out with
wanting to
them.
have like is this a? I think I'm gonna. All right, I'm gonna do good time. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna do
'cause you
this
wanna
is
have
the
a
thing.
good time.
I'm gonna let you know if we're doing somewhere because I want somebody to sit down because I got questions. It's gonna be Genghis Khan. Because I got questions, brother. Like there's some
How
things
did
we
you do
need to
it?
talk about, like wildness. But we're gonna do fun. I mean, we'd fill this whole table with comedians. I'm getting Doug Stanhope.
Yeah.
If we've got
How about
Carlin,
Bill Hicks?
there we go.
How about Mitch Hedberg?
That would be Mitch. All right, so putting Carlin, Belushi,
Belushi.
and Mitch together, because you got Carlin and Mitch. No, Carlin and Belushi
just want it
arguing
to
and kind
all
of,
be
and then you
comedians.
have Mitch in the background just stirring the pot.
Oh, man.
he's just keeping shit going.
It'd be brilliant.
You know,
It'd be
Oh,
the most
man.
brilliant.
Greg Girardo.
Greg Girardo, that
He's
is the
great.
Just
guy.
because he's gonna
Died
say
too
stuff
soon.
about the food that's gonna piss off like who's making it.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
100%.
absolutely true.
I just want it to be comedians because I just
Yeah,
want to be laughing
exactly.
my ass
So
I
off.
just
we're
want to
doing
sit
good
back and watch.
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
in like alternative, if we really want to ruin Thanksgiving, Bill Cosby.
Have him as the closer.
Why are we so sly? We didn't. The turkey's not making us sleepy. It's Bill. Cover your drinks. Oh no, Bill.
Well, that's how you get everybody to like leave. If everyone's overstaying, you just like,
Cosby's
all right,
here.
you snap, bring in the Cosby. And he
We're
walks in,
having-
he's like, oh, Google the gaga, and everybody's like, I think I gotta go.
Dessert, the wonderful Jello pudding.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh shit, look at the time.
Oh, Bill, you dirtball.
That's sad.
Because I got
bro.
questions too,
Sad.
though. I'd have questions.
I do absolutely have questions. That's a mixture.
For sure.
I'd just love to hear Carlin go at Bill. Like, what was you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why are you? You're a terrible. Why?
Why can't you just do coke like the rest of us?
Right? Yeah, be a degenerate in public like the rest of us. You don't
And,
need
like-
to sell that much Jello.
Well, the thing is did he really need to do that?
no, we don't need to. It's all a power
it's a
trip for those dudes,
like-
man.
yeah, it's
But
They're
portray
controlling.
yourself as a saint, like you were
Yeah,
Temple
that's
College.
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, no, that's what's
That's
bad about
That's
it.
the worst.
You know,
If
like
he would have been like Doug
like Chris
Stanhope,
D'Elia.
everybody being like, yeah,
Chris D'Elia, a scumbag, was a dirtball comic before everybody knew he liked to bang like 16-year-olds.
Well, yeah,
and then when
he-
we all found out he liked to bang 16-year-olds, we were all like, yeah, that tracks.
yeah.
And then
I-
he just did another stand up where he's talking about how he got canceled for whatever, but he had like this $100 white T-shirt that had holes in it and these three chains
Yeah,
and
the
dude.
tattoos and
Like,
he
yeah.
has his own style. I mean, it's a unique with him.
No such thing as canceling.
With him though, like I mean, there was accusations made that were then just ignored. when
Right. Well, he
everything
bought
actually
the
came
dude. He
out.
bought him off.
Yeah, well, but like I mean, I think a lot of he was put into a bad situation. I mean, that he put himself into.
Sure.
but
I
I think
mean,
it was something
you know,
that I don't think
chasing
he
young
was.
tail.
I don't. But that's the thing. I don't know from everything that he was actually chasing in a sense. You know, like I think it was some stuff he just
Something
didn't
happened.
understand. But then when he found out the truth, he really didn't do anything to make it any better.
No.
kind of thing.
I'd actually go with Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Bill Burr.
He's my favorite.
Love
hands
Bill
down.
Burr.
His new movie on Netflix is hilarious about
I haven't
old
seen
dads.
that. It's great.
Yeah,
You like it?
he's-
I'm going to check that
he's-
out.
He's one of the best working right now. I mean, Shane Gillis is on fire right now.
His new special was I sent
Real
it to the
good.
kids. I was like, and my youngest texted back is like, this guy.
He's it.
He's like he's saying stuff and he's getting away with it, and he's just like I was like, yeah, it's like that movement's over a little bit. We can kind of go back to saying stuff.
Well, he's done a good job. He can, and I've heard multiple other comedians talk about him this way, that he's one guy that can go into any fucking room and fit in immediately. Because
That's tough to do.
What a lot of white comedians struggle with or say that's a big thing for them is doing black rooms.
Yeah,
Going to like
I
a
mean,
black
those are
comedy
tough
club.
crowds, man. Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I mean, yeah, those people don't let you slip. You can't slip up, and you got to come out, and you got to be ready, and you got to be on
Yeah,
it.
they
at the
keep you on
get-go.
you because they're
And
going to let
gotta
you
be able
know
to take some
exactly
shit.
how they
Yeah.
feel. They're going to let you know
'Cause some of those
exactly what's
crowds are
good and
gonna-
what's not.
Some of the crowds are going to throw some jabs at you to see how you react
Yeah.
about it, and then that's your do or die. You know,
I've done black rooms and I run a black room open mic,
Nice.
and then you have to be up there to be fearless.
Sure.
yeah,
Because I've had audience members yell things at me like, how many black friends you got?
yeah.
It's a true story. And I was like, I don't know. I don't line them up. That's what got us in trouble. a long time ago. I said the only time they're in a lineup is when I'm snitching on them.
Number 4.
And then the black crowd just went nuts.
Of course.
And we were done. We were
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
were
yeah, you
good.
passed your test. Yeah,
For
but
sure.
that's what they say a
Yeah.
lot. But they say like with Shane, like he can literally go into him and not even stress or worry about.
Yeah.
Like he's just one of those guys that he can go to a redneck room, super right room. He can go to a super left liberal room and do the exact same bits and be the exact same comedian and make it in both rooms. He has this floating floatiness about him where his style and what he's creating as his brand just flows with anybody that just likes it, So it's he hits topics where he's talking because he's got Down syndrome in his family, so he does topics about Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Every joke is just money. It's not, and it's not offensive, but it's
Right.
something that's just so
Observational.
yeah. But it's good. It's the whole thing is put together good. The setup,
the ISIS joke about
ISIS.
like I was pissing myself and I was cackling so bad because he is so dead on the observation about like how our military is compared to like ISIS.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm the little bit, I'll just do a little bit, but he was like, like when one of their bombs or something works, like they're celebrating because they're surprised it works, and they're like, oh my god, look at that, the rocket launcher blew up or whatever. But like when we do it, we expect it to happen, so it's kind of hard not to root for like something to go right. It was.
He's like he's like these guys are doing videos of them like on monkey bars and being like, yeah, you see that, and they're like sending that out to the world like they're badass. He's like, so of course when they actually something works, it's kind of like, oh, good for them. It's like they're terrible.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Check it out. Like I've
really
watched
good.
it twice now,
I'll have to
just
check that
because it is brilliant.
And his first one's on YouTube. It's free. You can go to Shane Gillis, and it's
And
a
his
really
skits
good
are
one.
hilarious. The
Shane-
plane
yeah.
one's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Yeah. So
I
we're,
think we'd have a good Thanksgiving with them comedians.
absolutely, that'd be a lot of fun. That would be the comedians giving our best.
But
But
tell
yeah.
us about your Thanksgiving dream team table. Tell us about your crazy traditions or funky foods. Send us clips of songs,
Yeah,
topics,
just
interesting. Just
anything that
interact
means
with
something to
us.
you, yeah, at the Melon Party Pod, right? The Melon Party Pod.
The Melon Party Pod at gmail.com.
Yeah. Talk to us. Send us emails on stuff. Whatever floats your go. And we won't say your name if you don't want to. If you want to be anonymous, you want to
Yeah.
submit things. I'm totally fine with that. We understand.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can even get to the point where with stories and stuff, if you want to be a part, well, you can record yourself doing it, send it in to us. and
Yeah,
then
you
we
liked
can play it
Mike's
and stuff.
bit and you think you got a bit that might fit in well with the pod, reach out. Let
We'd
us
love to do
know.
it. We'd love to do it.
Thank you
guys-
all for listening, though, and keep tuning in. Yeah, we'll keep the content coming if you guys are interested. Absolutely.
Yeah,
This
we
is a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And remember, you can get a hold of us, melonpartypod@gmail.com. BJ, let everybody know what you're doing, what you got going on.
I do Fresh and Clean podcast that comes out every Tuesday with two other comedians, Nate Robinson, Morgan Lee. Awesome. And then also I am working on we're doing another movie podcast that comes out. It's called, I've named it Filler. So during the week I have comedians, people on talk about movies. It's very similar to what we're doing here. But I like the couple episodes I got coming up. We rated our five worst movies endings of all time.
Okay.
And then also the 5 worst, most popular movies, like unpopular opinion.
Sure.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Right. So we're doing some of those, and then obviously we'll do a cross episode with these guys. But check it. Everything's up on Fresh and Clean. And then if you're in Indianapolis and want to come do an open mic, it's Thursday. Sign up 7:30 at Wonderful Bar and Grill on Stainwood and Pendleton Pike. We do get the white people out before 10.
Get them home.
Get them safe. Get them
Yeah.
to bed.
Yeah, he's BJ's doing a lot of cool things in the comedy scene here, and more importantly, being consistent with it.
Absolutely.
That's how things like that work. Jared, you got anything you want to let people know? Where you at? You're not much of a social media person. You're kind
Not
of a
really.
hit,
I just reactivated my Facebook to show this and kind of,
You seem like a Reddit person.
I did,
Yeah,
yes.
he's
Like, as soon as I saw you walk through the door, I'd seen you in years. Like, oh, that's Reddit right there.
Reddit army.
Yeah, he loves the
Reddit. Guilty as charged.
Yeah, for me, it's just Josh Berry on Instagram, Josh_Berry.
Yeah, I
Same,
reopened my Facebook. You can hit me there. I'm on Twitter too. I don't have an Instagram because I don't need it.
yeah, you can get me on Facebook, Instagram. I also do a YouTube channel called Hobby Boxed, where I open packs of cards and do things like that.
Sweet.
And then the Melon Party on Instagram. Give us a like there. Yeah. But yeah, we really appreciate everything you guys did. Mike Sullivan,
Thanks,
thank you
Mike.
again, man. That was a lot of fun. And yeah,
Bottled farts.
unbelievable.
50 G's.
Yeah,
Crazy. I'm going to go start an OnlyFans.
this was
I
awesome.
just ordered bottles off Amazon.
Nice.
The good thing about that too, though, you want people like that happening, because when things start to go bad, you can be like, well, at least I'm not buying farts in a jar. We'll see you next week, guys.
Take care, guys.